Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this awesome Spider-Man survival house. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button, and if you make it all the way to the end, share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. But without any further ado, let's get started, because I'm starting to see double. So all you're going to need for this build is some white concrete, red, blue, black, some oak doors, some cobweb, white stained glass block, ladders, and some torches as well. And once you've got all of these, we can begin. Now, you're going to want to start off with a red concrete on the ground. Place a white to the right of it, red concrete, 2 doors, red, white, red. Now, starting from the left on top of this, we want to place 2 blue, 1 white, another white opposite the doors, 2 blue, and then starting over here on the left again, we're going to place a white concrete, blue, white, 2 red, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 white. Now on top of this, left to right again, we're going to place 2 white, 1 red, 2 white, 1 red, 2 white. And then for the next row, we're going to do 2 red, 4 white this time, 2 red. For the next row, 2 white, red, 2 white, red, 2 white. Now for the next row, we're going to do 2 red, 1 white, 2 red, 1 white, 2 red. And for the next row, we're going to do 2 white, 4 red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 white. And that is the row that we should have. Now, once you have that row, I now want you to come to the back of the build, and I want you to take the red concretes at the ends and extend them backwards each by 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, once you've done that, we are going to copy what we have on the front of the build onto the back. The only difference is when you copy the blocks onto the back of the build where you have the double door, you just want to place red there instead. So substitute those doors for the red concrete. But everything else is actually perfectly the same. So simply copy exactly what you can see in front of you. You might even have to pause this part of the video perhaps just in case you have to get your bearings. But it should be quite easy for you to just simply copy what you have in front of you just a few blocks away. Like that. So as you can see, we now have the exact same thing that we have made on the front. And the only thing that you might want to do from here is perhaps seal up the sides of the build using blue concrete. However, that really isn't going to come into play much, as a lot of these sides of the build are covered up by arms, so it's not really a big deal at all. Now, once you have got this sorted out, we're going to make the head. The head is fairly simple. I want you to place a row of red concrete all the way around on top of the body. Extend that row forwards by 2 rows, completely red by the way, and also backwards 2 rows, also completely red. Just like that. Now, once you have that, I want you to, on the front, on top of this outward row, I want you to place an additional row of red concrete. And then for the next row left to right, 3 black, 2 red, 3 black. For the next row, I want you to place white on top of the black areas and black on top of the red. For the next row left to right, 2 white, black, 2 red, black, 2 white. Now for the next row, place black on top of the white, and then red everywhere else. Finish this off by placing 2 rows of red concrete directly on top of those eyes, and there you will have Spider-Man's face. Looks very familiar. Now once you have done that, I want you to take the black concrete and the white concrete on the side of the statue, and I actually want you to extend it backwards a row. Like that. So it kind of turns around the side of the head a little bit, just to make the mask a little bit more 3D. I kind of like the effect a little bit more. However, everything else is quite easy, as all you have to do is just basically raise up all of the red concrete around the side of the head. You don't want to raise it up in the middle if you can help it, as if you were to raise it up in the middle, then you would completely destroy the living space inside of this house. And if you like, you can do that. It doesn't even have to be a house. This is an awesome statue. It just so happens that it also makes a kind of cool house as well. It's kind of nice to have a nice little secret hidden away base inside a Spider-Man. Now, once you've raised up all of those rows, I'm going to give you 2 options. Number 1, fill the top of the head in using red concrete, or fill the top of the head in using your glass, as that will provide light where you otherwise wouldn't have it. Now, once you have got that taken care of, ladies and gentlemen, we can now move on to the next part, which is the arms. We're going to do the easier arm first, which means we want to come to the right. On the right side of the statue, where we have the white and blue row, you want to place 4 rows of red coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. You take the front of this and you want to place 2 rows underneath. 1, 2. Then a row of blue underneath that. And then that row of blue is actually going to be consistent throughout the entire arm, meaning you can extend it backwards and connect it to the rest of the statue, and you can fill in the middle using red concrete like that. So that's the top of Spider-Man's shoulder. I then want you to extend the right side down to the ground using blue concrete, and the back side is going to be extended down using blue concrete also. The front is a completely different animal. So on the front here, underneath this row of blue and pretty much just blue, I want you to, underneath here, I want you to add another row of blue. However, in front of that is where things get interesting. In front of these 2 left blue concretes, I want you to place 2 more blue. On the right, place red. And extend the red concrete towards you by 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the blue the same. Like that. I then want you to take the 2 middle blocks and place 4 rows of white. 1, 2, 3, 4 coming forwards. Extend the middles of the white concrete left and right, meaning the 2 middle blocks. Then I want you to place red concrete in each one of the 4 corners, like this. We're going to extend the red concrete and white concrete all the way down to the ground on the sides of the statue. So anywhere that you have that white and red, you extend down using your red concrete. And don't forget the inside as well, it's quite easy to forget those. However, where you have blue, as you might expect, you want to use blue concrete, like that. And what's also kind of cool about this hand is that we're just going to place a little bit of cobwebs coming out from the hand a little bit. Now, I'm going to kind of leave it up to you how much you want to place and in what positions, but I kind of want it to look as though Spider-Man's just broke a web off, basically. You know, he's just kind of fired a web out and he's got some like little residual webbing around his hand. Once you've done that arm, we can come all the way up to the opposite arm. In some ways this is easier, in other ways harder. I want you to place a red concrete coming out from this back corner white concrete. And you actually want to place 4, not just 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And place 3 rows underneath. 1, 2, 3. And just add all of those up. I want you to take the outer blocks and extend them forwards by 2 rows. 1 and then 2. Add a row of blue. Like that. And then I want you to add, on the side here, the left side, 4 rows of red. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on and so forth. I want you to extend that inwards at the bottom by 1 row. And on the top 1 row as well. Then, meeting it in the middle, I want you to place blue, continuing across the side of the arm. And also, of course, connect that downwards. Like that. Okay, so for the hand, 4 rows of white concrete coming out of the top here. The 2 top middle blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend out the middles. Red in between. Like that. And then we extend down the entire hand until it is even with the bottom of the arm on both sides. So you extend out all of these blocks, and then we're also going to connect them together on this side as well, and of course on the front, like that. So now you can see Spider-Man is kind of poised to shoot out a web at someone, which is exactly what we have him poised for. That's why we've got him like this way. And I want you to place about 3 rows of glass right in the middle of the hand coming out. So like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Just in the middle of the hand. And then we're going to place about 6 rows of white concrete in front. Like 1, 2, 3. Whoa, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why was that so hard? Like that. And we're going to have that come out of all 4 of the white concrete blocks. Or white glass blocks, I should say. We're then going to take the middle portion of this, and we're just going to extend it outwards, like at the top, the bottom, the sides, leaving just 1 row on both sides, just to just to shape it a little bit. So it's almost like a ball of web. Kind of like that, you know? That looks pretty decent. And then we're just going to place some cobweb around this as well. So around the hand and around the actual projectile as well, you know, a little bit. Just place a little bit of cobweb. And I don't know, it just makes it look a little bit better. Now, the only thing that I kind of want to place in front of Spider-Man as well, I kind of want to have like an entranceway, because it's not entirely obvious that this is actually like a doorway down here at the bottom. I'm going to place about 6 rows of white concrete in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this. And I'm going to replace that with white concrete. And I'm going to extend the end out, left and right by 1. Place white in it. And then I'm going to extend those blocks outwards diagonally. Like that. And I want a similar pattern at the end here, except I kind of want to like take this block, outwards, outwards, connect, connect. Just to kind of like extend inwards a little bit. And then I'm going to take the very middle of the path and I'm going to extend it outwards by 2. And then I'm going to fan that out diagonally as well. So what we're making is kind of like a rudimentary web pattern, pretty much. Just kind of like out in front of Spider-Man. And that's kind of, and that's going to allure people into the build, I think. And if you like, you can even extend it out a little bit further, perhaps. You know, you can add just a couple more rows in front, just so people, like, if you were to look at the side, it's like, oh, what's all that white concrete? And then they have a look and, oh, a couple of doors. And speaking of which, if you do want to actually turn this into a house, all you have to do is kind of like, well, what I would do is I'd seal up the sides even further inside of Spider-Man like this. Just left and right, so you don't really have that much exploration opportunity. And I'd fill the top in here with a little bit of concrete, maybe even this part as well, like that. Or maybe I'd have that blue concrete and I might even fill in, like, I might add some white concrete to the base here, like where the doors are and stuff. And then just ladders running up the inside here, just towards the back wall, and then that way people can get in and out nice and easily of Spider-Man without too many problems. And inside here you've got a nice little bit of interior space where you can place some torches on the walls if you so choose, or you might have some natural light as well. But if you're in here in the dark, obviously you're going to want to have some torches. And then to get out, all we would do is just gently slide down here, couple of oak doors right there, and there you have Spider-Man in all of his glory. If you have enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button, and if you've made it all the way to the end, share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. And on top of those things, if you want to check out some more of my other silly builds and more fun type builds, please please subscribe to the channel and click the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. I'll probably be doing plenty more Spider-Man stuff, so you can check that out. That's coming in the future. And if you do want to see all of the other stuff that I've actually made in the past, then please check out the card system and the description below. I'll leave you a load of playlists I think that you guys will really enjoy. For instance, the superhero playlist is a great one, and we'll have all sorts of stuff that you guys will really like. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.